When you're in the middle of a war, what's your ultimate duty? Is it to your country, or is it to another human being, even if they're on the other side? It's a truly impossible question, and it's right at the heart of Pearl S. Buck's incredible story, The Enemy. A story that puts one man in a position where he has to choose between his patriotism and his own conscience. Okay, before we go any further, I want you to really put yourself in this situation. It's World War II. An enemy soldier, an American, washes up right on your beach. He's bleeding out, he's dying. Now, you're a doctor. You've taken an oath to save lives, period. But you're also a citizen of a country at war. What do you do? Seriously, think about it. This one question is the engine that drives this entire powerful story. All right, so let's meet our main character, Dr. Sadao Hoki. This guy is a brilliant Japanese surgeon and scientist. He's actually so respected that he's been kept in Japan during the war, partly for his research and partly to take care of an old, powerful general. He's living a pretty quiet life with his wife, Hana, in a house right on the coast, the very same house where he played as a kid. And then, one evening, everything changes. They see something coming out of the fog, a figure, flung up by the ocean who staggers a few steps and then just collapses. When Sadao and Hana rush down to the beach, they see it's not a fisherman, it's a white man, and he's been shot in the back. The worn-out cap next to him says it all, U.S. Navy. This isn't just some random person. This is the enemy. And right here, in this one sentence from Sadao, you see the entire conflict. The logical part of his brain, the part that's a patriot, knows the safest, the easiest thing to do is just push him back into the water. Let the sea finish the job. But that last part, since he is wounded, that's the doctor talking. That's the healer. And that one thought changes absolutely everything. So even though Hana is terrified, and they both know that hiding an enemy soldier could get them arrested or worse, executed, Sadal's training, his oath, it just takes over. He can't just stand there and let a man die if he has the power to save him. And in that moment, they make this huge, fateful decision to carry the man into their home. They've just crossed the line, and there's no going back. This really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you have his duty as a doctor. This identity was shaped by years of training, a lot of it in America, where he was taught that saving a life is the most important thing, no matter who it is. But on the other side, he's a Japanese citizen during a brutal war. Loyalty to your country is everything. These two duties are just in a head-on collision, and Sadao is standing right in the middle of the wreckage. So the decision's made. He gets out his surgeon's kit. And as he starts the operation trying to get that bullet out from near the man's kidney, something amazing happens. It's like a switch flips. He's not a Japanese man anymore. He's not a husband. He is purely a surgeon. He's so focused, so absorbed in his skill, that he even murmurs, "My friend," to the unconscious man on the table, totally forgetting for a moment that this person is his enemy. You'd think saving the guy's life would be the hard part, right? Well, not even close. That was just the beginning of the real problem. Because now, Sadao and Hana have to deal with the fallout of their choice. And the first wave of judgment doesn't come from the government. It comes from inside their own house. First, you've got the old gardener. He's been with the family forever, and he's completely blunt about it. He thinks this is just wrong, like they're messing with fate. The sea tried to kill this man, the gun tried to kill him, for the master to step in and stop it? Well, in his mind, that's just asking for nature to take its revenge on all of them. Then there's the cook, and her opinion is just dripping with contempt. She doesn't see this as some big moral choice. To her, it's just arrogance. She thinks Dr. Sadao is so proud of how good he is at saving lives that he's lost all common sense, saving a life that should have been left to die. And finally, Yumi, the governess for the children, she voices the most terrifying, practical fear of all. This isn't about fate or pride for her. It's about the very real danger to the family, to the kids. What's going to happen to them if their father gets branded a traitor because of this? Well, the pressure just builds and builds until, snap, the servants decide they can't be a part of it. They pack up and leave, all together. And just like that, Sadao and Hana are completely isolated in their own home, left all alone to deal with the enemy they chose to save. So he's trapped. He's desperate. Sadao feels like he has only one option left. He goes to his patient, the old general, and confesses everything. Now, the general isn't really concerned with justice or patriotism. He's concerned about his own health, and he needs Dr. Sadao to stay alive and well. So he offers a solution. and it is absolutely chilling. The plan is cold-blooded and brutally efficient. The general says he'll send his own private assassins over to the house. They'll kill the American quietly in his sleep. All Sadao has to do is leave a door unlocked. Then they'll get rid of the body, and poof, problem solved. No questions asked. The state is basically offering him a clean getaway through a secret murder. And crazily enough, Sadao agrees. He goes along with this grim plan. He goes home, says nothing to Hana, and now he has to live with the knowledge that he's basically scheduled an execution under his own roof. He just has to wait for the state to solve his problem for him. But it turns out the state isn't quite as reliable as you'd think. For 3 nights, 3 agonizing nights, Sadao waits. He can barely sleep. Every little rustle in the garden, every branch that cracks in the wind, he thinks, this is it, they're here. But every single morning, he goes to the guest room, and the American is still there, sleeping, totally alive. The assassins never show up. So what happened? Why did the plan fall through? Was it a last-minute attack of conscience from the general? Nope. The reason is actually so mundane, it's kind of darkly funny. The general just forgot. He was so wrapped up in his own pains and his own suffering that the promise to send assassins to kill a man completely slipped his mind. The state failed him, and Sadao is right back where he started, alone. At this point, Sadao realizes, okay, no one is coming to fix this mess for me. So he comes up with his own plan. And this one isn't about patriotism, it's not about being a doctor. This one comes purely from his own conscience. He carefully prepares a boat, he packs it with food and water, and he gives the American a clear set of instructions to get to freedom. He is taking this man's fate entirely into his own hands. So, a few days pass. The general is fine, the prisoner is gone, and life seems to be going back to normal. Sadao looks out at the empty sea, sees no signal from the flashlight he provided, and he knows the man made it. He's safe. But the story doesn't end with a sigh of relief. It ends with this deep, haunting question that Sadao asks himself. And this part is absolutely critical. Sadao did not save this man because he liked Americans. In fact, as he's standing there, his mind is flooded with all these memories of the prejudice and racism he faced when he was studying in America. He remembers this awful, ignorant landlady and how hard it was just to find a decent place to live because he was Japanese. He genuinely dislikes the people he associates with his enemy. And all of that leads him to this final, unresolved thought. He thinks about all the faces of the white people he's known, including his former prisoner, and he finds them all repulsive. And so he's left wondering, strange, why couldn't I kill him? The story never gives us the answer. It just suggests that somewhere deep down, beneath all the layers of duty and patriotism and even personal prejudice, there's a core of humanity that is so powerful, even Sadao himself can't explain it. And that question just hangs there, for him and for us.